Honor. I saw you just got named NBA Player of the Week, so that's cool for him and the Thunder. And then big happy birthday to one of our greats, Bill Walton, birthday today. So happy birthday to Bill. Hopefully he's having a good day too. So it's a good day for the Bruins and excited for our opener. I think one of the things that our guys and coaches have all learned that starting practice is now in September. You're always hungry for the opener, but now that practices have started in September, I think it's even more to that point. Our guys are really ready to play somebody else, go against somebody else. We've seen that demeanor over the last about 4 or 5 days, and so we're excited about tomorrow night.
What do you hope to see?
Just improvement. You know, that's kind of the mission of this team is just can we get better, and each and every day get better and not take any steps back. That's a hard thing to do, but it's a big key, I think, to success of longevity through the season. And so we want to see us get better. Like, can we improve from what we did in the exhibition game? You know, we know from whether it was a scrimmage or whether it was an exhibition game, now it's for real. And now you're playing another Division I opponent, and all the things count now. So now bright lights, people there, can our guys handle all that and stay in the moment of what we're trying to do, both offensively and defensively and collectively as a team. So we just want to see if we're better from that exhibition game. And you know, we're a little bit banged up, but hopefully we'll be able to see some improvement.
What areas would you say you're targeting the most for that improvement?
Well, transition. One, PFW does a great job in transition, so we've got to do a very good job with transition defense. And I've always been a big believer on one of the ways of handling transition defense is the type of shots you get, taking care of the basketball, not having live ball turnovers, which we didn't do in our exhibition game. We did a nice job. I think we had 8 turnovers. So if we have a low turnover game, that's really going to favor us if they're taking the ball out versus pushing in transition. So they're playing a lot of 4-guard type of lineups. So we've got to, one, I think, watch matchups. But 2, then just to see what we can do of controlling the paint. We're big, we're long, we're athletic. So I want to see us continue to build upon what we did in the exhibition game of controlling the paint.
How did Cody suffer that injury?
Just went down and ran into Big Mo. You know, when you run into Big Mo, it hurts. So it's just one of those, you know, practice things that are uncontrollable. There wasn't anything, you know, flagrant or anything. Mo's just kind of standing there with his arm out, and he hit him right in the jaw. So you know, we'll have hopefully a better timetable. He's meeting the doctors again on Tuesday, so hopefully we'll have a better timetable on Cody tomorrow.
Any better timetable on Alex?
No, Alex is, I think, still, we pretty much know that's going to be, I would guess, best case scenario, Liberty. You know, I'm hoping worst case scenario is the start of league play. So I think that's what Shane and the doctors are still holding to.
When you say that your team kind of has that mentality of wanting to go compete against someone else for a change and it comes out in practice, how do you see that? Well,
because we see them getting tired of going against each other. You know, we've had, I think this is our 31st practice. So it's just been a long month because it started in late September. And now here we are the you know, 1st of November, 5th of November, and we've really only had the scrimmage against somebody and an exhibition against a Division II program. So 2 times, and we count those as practices. So of the 31 practices, 29 have been against each other, and we've had so many guys in and out because of injuries that they're just tired of fighting each other and tired of going against each other in practice. They want to see what they've done over the last 6 weeks, what that looks like against somebody else. And there's enthusiasm. I like this group. I like how they talk. It's a young group, but it's an energetic group, and so far it's been a very talkative group. So hopefully that continues because that'll really help us defensively.
What do you see as kind of the strengths of this team?
I still like our depth. You know, and we're saying that with some guys out, but I do think we've got good depth. We've got good size. Not only do we have size up front, but we have big guards. So I think we're a physical team. So being able to play physical, being able to play big and long, I think those are going to be strengths. We haven't played games yet to really see what, you know, our identities are going to be, both offensively and defensively. But just through 30-some practices now, I like the shots we're taking. We're starting to value the ball better. 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, it was easy to see how we had more turnovers and assists in practice, and Now we're coming off an exhibition game where he had 20 assists and 8 turnovers. So we're seeing some things evolve offensively that I like. I think we're a team that can lob the ball at the rim and do some things that we've never been able to do in the past. A lot because of Moses, Jalen, Kenny. We got some very athletic bigs, but again, our guards can do that as well. So I think the versatility of what we can do both offensively and defensively, at least to the start of the season, we see that. Now we'll see how that all evolves.
You talked about improvement. Having so many freshmen, does that make it all the more important just because they're coming in and have a long way to go?
Yeah, and it's not just freshmen. I kind of count Cody and Jalen like that because though they were in last year's recruiting class, they didn't play last year. So tomorrow night we've got at least in the 10 guys there that are healthy to play. You've got Kenny, you've got Moses, you've got Jules, you've got David, you've got Jalen Hill. Cody's not playing, so you got five guys that haven't played a second. So that's where you're anxious because openers are always scary that way because you don't have a lot of tapes, you don't have a lot of the prep is a little bit different. Our prep for Vegas will be a lot different than our prep for tomorrow's game because we're going to have 4 or 5 tapes on them. They're going to have 4 or 5 tapes on us, and you've got a little bit better feel. And guys have done it. So we've got half of our team that'll be playing tomorrow. They haven't experienced what an opening night is. They don't know what that is, and so there's going to be we got to get through that. But I did like what I saw in the scrimmage. Going from the scrimmage to the exhibition game that was live here in Pauley, I liked what I saw from that standpoint.
You've led the Pac-12 in three-point percentage the last 2 years. Do you think you can sustain that again?
I hope so. We've been over our I think time here, that exciting style of play and not just threes, but how we move the ball. We've been the highest scoring team. We've been the most offensive efficient team. I think so. If our hope is that we can sustain that and then really correct things that have happened defensively and really hone in on what we're doing defensively, making things a little bit harder. And you got PFW team who they love shooting the 3-ball. So it's a team that I think made close to 10 threes a game last year from 3. So they're a big challenge of how they like to spread you and space you, and they've always been a very efficient offensive team. So right out of the chute, this is good. This is a team that's going to present a lot of problems for our young defense. So it's going to throw a lot at us to see what we got to, what we can handle now and what we have to work on moving forward.
With the young guys, is there an emphasis on trying to limit foul trouble? Because a lot of them haven't.
Well, that's part of our defense. Very good question. That's part of our defense that I think has been a problem as we looked at and evaluated things as a staff. We fouled too much, and so that's something that we've got to do a better job of. I think we've got the bodies, we've got the length, we've got the athleticism to be much better defensively, but you can't foul. Foul is part of not being good defensively. You don't foul when you're in the right defensive position. Fouling happens because you're out of position. So it goes hand in hand, but fouling is something we put a huge emphasis on. Again, we were better going from scrimmage to the exhibition game. We're going to have to be better in this game because of just who we're playing.